Welcome Dash fam, best Dasher alive here, aka the Algo Whisperer. And I'm going to be breaking down how to fine-tune and train the DoorDash algorithm to give you bigger, better, danker, juicier, more banger orders. Now it is possible that if you apply some of these strategies that I'm about to break down right now, you can see immediate results. But I will say the more you're able to do this, the more often you're completing deliveries, just the more serious you are, the more you're doing DoorDash and doing deliveries, the better this is going to work. And of course, it does vary area to area. This is going to be if you're in a more dense, good DoorDashing, high volume DoorDash order area. And it happens to be the case that that's where most DoorDashers are, because that's where most people are using DoorDash. I promise I have tested this over and over and over and over again. You can see proof of this in some of the videos that I've already posted on this channel. This does work. From the start, your main thing is going to be just complete a bunch of deliveries. I kind of look at it as 50 to 100 deliveries. Just crush them, kill it, do an excellent job, no issues. Just to show DoorDash that you're legit, you're here to complete deliveries for them, get your money, and keep doing that over and over and over again. One of the main, if not the main piece of this strategy is going to be use your decline options. It's completely fine if you just let timers expire, but I think it's much better to use your decline options. And the reason for that is because once you click decline, it pops up a list of different options for you, and those are reasons, that's feedback you can give to the DoorDash algorithm that it does take it into account, and then try and fine tune the offers that it's sending you to more closely match what you're looking for based off of the feedback that you're giving it. Now there's another type of feedback that you can provide to the DoorDash algorithm, which is just simply which orders you accept. If you accepted that one and completed it, it's gonna look at that as, okay, it liked that one and that one went well for us, so let's give it another one of those, see if it accepts. It accepts, let's give it more of those. The offers that you accept are the offers that you'll get more of. Of course, there's variety. This isn't going to work perfectly. This is influential is how you need to look at this, but it definitely does work. You can influence the algorithm. And the two best ways to do that are to use your decline options and accept orders that you want more of. The three main decline options that I use. First, the number one most important is order is too small. This is gonna vary again, location to location. You just have to adjust this according to your area, but in my area, anything like below 7, I'm really turned off by. I'm hitting decline, order too small. I'm really looking for more like $9 to $12 range. That's kind of more of a sweet spot. And then, if you get stacks, now you're like $14, $17 type of stuff. I think DoorDash phrased it that way very intentionally, where they say the order is too small, not the dollar amount is too small. So it kind of makes you think maybe it's referring to the number of items in the order. So order too small, take that to mean the dollar amount that you're trying to pay me, DoorDash, is too small. So I'm letting you know, send me some bigger money offers. The next decline option that I use is distance is too far. This is for a couple of reasons. One is the obvious one. I don't want to travel as far. And if I can get good orders closer to me, less travel time, that's obviously better. But then second is because what I've noticed is once you hit order too small, then it usually, and this doesn't happen necessarily the next one, or it can, but it's not like just because you hit order too small, now the next offer is a big one. Again, it sends you a variety, and that's never going to change, but this strategy will make it so instead of it just sending you crappy one over and over, there will be some good offers that pop in that are exactly what you're looking for. So once you hit orders too small, then it goes, okay, well, here's a bigger one for you. But then when you look at it, you go, oh yeah, but it's super far away and it's not like $2 a mile or better. So that's when you take the opportunity to go, okay, I see you, DoorDash. Thanks for sending me a bigger dollar amount, but the mileage isn't working out for me. So decline, distance too far. There's another piece of feedback that the algorithm is using to try and find you an offer that's more suited to what you're looking for. And for a really good example of this, if you watch my Is DoorDash Hiding Big Money in Small Orders video, in that one I got a flat tire on my normal e-bike, so I had to take a much slower one. Am I on a flat? Yep, I'm flat. Yo, I got all these thorns in it. And so I tried to shrink my radius but still get good orders in a small radius, and the way I did that is by hitting order too small still, but then also distance too far. And I started hitting distance too far on just like 4 or 5 mile ones. See, we got 750 Chick-fil-A for 4.4 miles. We're gonna go decline, distance too far. We're going one for under 3 miles to see if it would start giving me like 1, 2, 3 milers, and it did. So if you want the proof, that's one I can think of off the top of my head that's sitting in that video. And so then it sends you a couple of just whatevers, or maybe it even sends you just a decent one, not exactly like a bigger one that you're looking for, but good enough. So you accept that, complete it, and then the next batch of offers starts coming in. Orders too small, boom, hit them with the too small. Then it comes in, distance too far, hit them with the too far. Then it hits you with a McDonald's. And this is the third one I like to use. And this is the one it seems to ignore the most, honestly. But the third decline option that I like to use is I do not want to go to this store. As you're doing this, like if you're just lazily messing around with it and you're not really wanting to go DoorDash and complete orders, you're just seeing if this works, and it drops you a good one and you don't click accept, like I said, it's going to send you more of what you accept. And so if you're trying to fine tune the algorithm and it's receiving your feedback too small, too far, too small, too far, I don't like this store, and it drops one in there that seems to like be perfectly fine tuned to what you're trying to get, and you don't accept it just because you're being lazy, you're just like testing out the strategy just to see if it works, well then you missed the opportunity right there to get more of what you accept. You have to be willing to complete the deliveries as you're doing this. While you're in the mix of training and fine tuning the algorithm, keep killing it, keep crushing orders, really good deliveries, don't get negative feedback. How high can I go? If I'm getting around like $10, $11 offers, can I hit too small on some of those and it'll send me $16, $17 offers? When it sends me a $20 offer and it's a good one, can I hit decline order too small? Will it send me a $30 offer? The answer is yes, but the answer is also the higher and higher you go, the less frequently you'll get those bigger offers. So what you have to do is you have to be willing every once in a while, like a small percentage of the ones you're willing to accept, some of those you're gonna have to say are too small. Like you'll get a good one that comes in that's 10, 11 bucks, let's say. Well, if you're trying to get bigger ones or even see if it's possible, 15, 17, $25, then you're gonna have to say that some of the $11, $12 ones, even when they're good, are too small. But this is where you gotta kind of find a little bit of balance, because if DoorDash is feeding you good ones and you're just sitting there telling it it's too small, DoorDash is gonna be like, yo, that's legit. Like you should definitely be taking that one. If you can't take that, then I can't keep sending you like those, because like you're being stupid now. And so there is a line where I think it does get a little bit like abusive, where, okay, you've been providing all this feedback, the algorithm's laying it up to you, and you're just, okay, now you don't like those ones aren't good anymore. Like, so a little bit, a small percentage, work it in a little bit where you're gradually declining. As you're getting bigger ones, you're gradually declining maybe a small percentage of those ones to try and game it towards higher and higher offers. I'd seasoned it, I'd fine-tuned this thing for a little while, and then I finally was like, let's just see, I'm gonna sit all day and just hit order too small, even on really good ones. And I don't remember if it was that, I think it was that exact same day. I'm pretty sure it jumped it up to like a $30 or $35 order, and I was like, all right, that worked. And then I decided to try that again. And so I did it some more, just declining some really good offers just to see if I tell DoorDash enough times that it's too small, too small, too small, it will send me bigger ones. And then I ended up getting a $70 one. So it absolutely does work, but there is definitely a balance point, right? Because like if I just sit there all day and hit too small, too tall, smooth, too small, I don't know if a $70 one's gonna come every single day. Probably not. Maybe it worked, maybe you got the $30 one, but maybe in all that time you spent just hitting decline order too small, maybe you could have gone and knocked out some deliveries and made $60 instead of the $30, you know? So let's say you're hitting too small to try and get the bigger orders. And let's say it's maybe you've had a few come in now where they have been bigger, but it's too far. And you're just like, man, it's just a little bit too far. Let's try hitting it with a too far and see if it will give me a better one. You do your thing for a little bit, another one comes in that's a higher dollar amount. Oh man, DoorDash again, it's just a little bit too far. It's not quite. If you see that kind of happening where it's like DoorDash is close to giving you what you want, but it's still just like not quite there, take it. Take one of those, take a couple of those, because what you need to do is show the algorithm that as it gives you bigger ones, you will take bigger ones. This is where it's like a little bit of a balance game that you have to play. Because do you want to show DoorDash that you're willing to take all these big ones that are super far away? No, because then it's just going to send you big ones that are far away, and you want the big ones that are close. But as you're warming it up, and especially at the beginning where you're trying to get it to give you bigger ones, and if it is, but they're too far, but you're just at the beginning stages of trying to get it to give you bigger ones, probably take one of those so you can see, so DoorDash algorithm can see like, okay, it is taking some bigger ones. And then maybe on the next one, that's when you hit it with the too far, and the next one a too far. And then maybe DoorDash comes with a bigger one that's much closer, that's perfect for you. Now this last one, I haven't actually tested this one out yet, but I read it in a comment, and there's a little piece of it that made me think, you know, maybe there really is something to that. Jump onto the DoorDash website and order yourself a catering bag, which is just this bigger insulated bag that's DoorDash red. But what really made me interested, well, first of all, someone commented it and said that that's like a little trick. But this was the piece of it that made me think, yeah, maybe that really is a good little trick. Because when you order this bag, you can input what is called your Dasher ID, which, by the way, you can't even really just find that inside of your app. One way you can get it is to just chat in to the agent in the app and ask for your Dasher ID. But when I saw that your Dasher ID, which is a number that's unique to only you, they associate that with your purchase of this catering bag, I mean, that definitely makes you think like, okay, well then now they have in their systems that this person has a big catering bag, so we can send them bigger catering orders. That makes a bunch of sense to me. But I haven't tested it out enough yet to really provide feedback, so that's gonna be in a future video. I did order the bag with my Dasher ID, so if there's anything to that, I'm in their systems as a catering Dasher now, I guess. So hopefully there's a cool update on that in the future.